Hi, my name is Jesse Williams, and I'm a sound designer and audio engineer, and I make sound for interactive applications like video games.
So what do you see as the role of visual arts in the mass-mediated world?
I see the role of visual arts being to communicate ideas effectively, efficiently, and intelligibly. And these ideas could be, thoughts, feelings, emotions, whatever it may be. I feel like visual arts can communicate that in a way that other things can't, and quickly. For me, I'm being a sound designer. Visual arts are a heavy influence on what I create because for games, often we create sounds for things that don't exist, and so you always have to have something to go off of, a visual reference. So visual arts always provide guidance in what you're going to create and what direction you may take the audio for a video game in.
Do you believe that the rise of imagery being instantly available has a positive or negative influence on the industry?
I honestly don't see how it could have a negative influence. With visual media being such, I feel like, a necessary part of our lives, it's nice to be able to have, through the web, the internet, to have access to those things instantly and to never be disconnected from, say, a visual reference or from inspiration visually. You can always go to that. So I think it's definitely a positive. An example of that would be, for instance, in the game Skyrim, you look at the development team and they have a strong team of concept artists that are creating visual media for the game. So the audio team can go in and say, this is the way this architecture is going to look, so it's going to have a certain feel, it's going to have a certain sound, this wood is going to creak in a certain, specific way.
What popular images do you see frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry?
I think this is an interesting one because something that comes to mind is you look at something like the Jamaican flag. You see it in a lot of different arenas. It is the country's flag, so it represents their nationality. But I think it's interesting in the fact that you see it in maybe album artwork for a recording, or you see it in movies or in stores and in different forms of media, and it's come to represent this, kind of like a laid-back lifestyle or good times.
Are there any particular images that this industry has popularized?
In my particular industry, the audio industry, an image that you see a lot is the image of a waveform, which is audio signal, and you see that in company logos. In video games, it represents sound bites or little audio bits. You see it in packaging, like the Waves plugin bundle. Their logo is a waveform, so that's certainly something that you see across different areas. And it has different kind of connotations, but it's one simple symbol that's used in multiple arenas.
Who's a favorite artist of yours?
One of my favorite visual artists is a graphic illustrator from Russia named Konstantin Shalev, and like I said, he's a Russian graphic artist. I enjoy his style because it's creative, it's fluid, he uses a lot of color, and it's fun. It's fairly simple, but it communicates a strong image or an idea relatively quickly. And I enjoy that kind of graphic style, kind of comic book, hard black outlines on a lot of things, that approach to illustration. I definitely have to say that his style is my favorite style, I would say, of visual art, because that's what I try to do, and that's kind of the art that I make is in that same vein.
How has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process?
Seeing as how I don't have much knowledge of high art or famous artwork, it doesn't really affect my approach to what I do. But there is, to me, something to be said for the sort of subconscious intake of visual media. that you see from day to day. And that could be famous art pieces that I see around, maybe on the internet, maybe out and about, or other just, simpler pieces of art. For example, I think I see a lot of landscape art, a lot of sprawling pictures of mountains or regions that kind of thing I feel like can, in my mind, conjure certain audio cues and certain feelings. Like, say I see a certain landscape that reminds me of my hometown, and so off of that I could see myself building a soundscape that revolves around what kind of sounds exist in that space. So in certain imagery, I think, it's easily possible to start building, for me personally, kind of a soundscape based off of what you're seeing there. So.